name is Dan Levy. I'm a student here at IDC. I have a question concerning the diaspora Jews and also Israeli Jews. How do you deal with the fact that sometimes the best anti-Israel propaganda is being led by Jews in Israel and in the diaspora sometimes, who have a hard time interiorizing the implications of Jewish independence and sovereignty over the land of Israel? And the best example of these are the ones who call for Israel to collaborate with biased UN fact-finding missions, or who sign petitions, public petitions, calling for Israel to, calling for foreign states to put pressure on Israel. How do you deal with those people? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. A few more questions, and then we'll answer.
Thank you. I don't need this. One question. Why?
Who are you?
I'm Inge Ginsberg from Switzerland, a journalist. Why don't you hire a professional public relation organization, Madison Avenue, pay them $1 million, and you see Israel in a wonderful image. It's cheaper than all of your amateur work with children, with this. Hire a public relation firm and pay them well.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has done that, actually.
The Arabs, no, they haven't. The Arabs have the same public relation that made Julio Iglesias big, and let him die when he didn't pay them next year.
Thank you.
Hire them.
Thank you. No, they're here.
I would like to ask you, when you have university...
Just present yourself first.
Michael Gross. I would like to ask you, when you have universities in this country producing people promoting BDS, left, right, and center, Ben Gurion, of which I'm a governor, being one of them, and you do nothing about it. Talked about red lines. These people cross red lines every day. They not only practice BDS, they corrupt the recruitment process so only their fellow travelers get into the faculty, and as a result, Israel's enemies have homemade capos to do their work for them.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Okay, so one last question, Gil. Okay, so let's just, please, if you can, all of you just closing remarks. Claude, you'll be the first now.
On the Jcall J Street remark, let's be clear here. I'm a signatory of Jcall, by the way, and proud of it. I think that today one of the strengths of our community of Jewishness is our capacity to dialogue, to be open, to be tolerant. I think that there are many stories and rumors which have been made on, what J Street, and I'm not a member of J Street, what J Street or Jcall are doing and putting pressure. Let's cut the crap here on that. I mean, let's be frank. There is clearly, as Minister Herzog explained, a clear confusion within world Jewry. And what is happening is that because of a certain way that Israel only communicates on the conflict, in sometimes a very arrogant way, it has created and antagonized a big chunk of the local communities in the US and in Europe. Many Jews today do not identify themselves with the discussion and the discourse of the Israeli government. However, they feel very close to Israel. They participate, they come here, they are part of this link, which can be a political link, a historical link, or a cultural link. I think that what is happening, and this type of comment, like Mr. Gross' comments, are reminiscent. They are just an example of exactly the tension and the antagonism which has been created by cataloging certain groups. Those groups are pro-Israel. Maybe not in the sense that you see it, but they are pro-Israel in the sense that they are open, they are dialoguing. And believe me, when I talk to this professor at the Leuven University, when I give a lecture, the only thing I have in my mind is how I can better defend Israel. I'm not giving ammunition to them. Because the one who hate Israel, as was said here, they will hate it anyway. The discourse here is to open new gates to Jews who do not identify with the open and formal public discourse which has been created by the Israeli government. Second of all...
And Claude, we have to be a bit short.
So yeah, so I would just say, let's just work together. Let's change this approach. Let's try to have Israeli representatives try to actually outreach in terms of closing up. You know, there's a group called the JPPPI, which actually did a research on the involvement of young Jews in their community. You know, just to look at France, only 1 Jew over 7 goes to a Jewish event. Many do not identify with the current image of Israel. This can change if the Israelis also communicate in another way and not only on the conflict. That is why there is today Jcalls and J Street, and it's a good thing.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll do this very quickly.